Hey folks, welcome back to Planet Tyro. I'm your host Donald Wonder. We're back in the library and I'm actually going to do a review or a discussion for a book that was recommended to me because a few months ago I put out a request for people to give me books that they recommend that they think I would like and I was going to check out. And one of our favorite supporters, T-kun, the Unusual Wordsmith, number 3 from Manic Expressions, gave us a good recommendation. She gave us a really good recommendation before for the graphic novel you'll see on the screen. You should check that out as well. But I went back and I got this book and I had to get it text form because they didn't have an audio book version, which really sucks. And actually, because of that, I have to give a little pre-ramble. I have to quickly give you a little aside before we get into the book. I have to bring this up just as a funny, comical point. You guys know when I review books on here on Planet Tyro, mostly they're audio books. And now I know I can never go back to reading textbooks because I went and bought this digital Kindle tablet, or it's an Android tablet, so I could read ebooks. So a lot of books that I'm interested in reading, you can't get in audiobook form. And this is one of them. And this is not a slight on the author. This is all me. The book was recommended to me by T-kun how long ago? 4 months ago? And I never said I was reading it because it took me 4 months just to read one book that isn't necessarily that long, because me, for reading, and I know this is a ramble, I'm just going off topic, to stop, to sit down and to read and stop what I'm doing without being able to multitask, I just can't do it anymore, guys. So I apologize it took me so long to read this book, because just sitting down and finding the time to read, to stop everything, is just not something I can do anymore. And that's got nothing to do with the book. It's just me as a person now. I'm an audiobook guy for life, and you know, I already know I'm gonna be missing out on a lot of books. I'm gonna try to read the physical books when I can, guys, but in this case, it just took me so long. And I'll just say for the record, if I had this on audiobook, I would have finished this in a day. Less than a day. Shame on me. Shame on me. Sorry guys, I just had to bring that up because I still find that funny that I've got such a bad problem with reading books right now. But anyway, getting back to the story. The book is called Bring a Shovel and a Gun. It was written by Rashid Newson in 2012. And Rashid Newson is actually a TV writer. He actually wrote for the show Lie to Me. And this book is, I would call it a crime noir, like a film noirish story about this con man called Ali Reed. He's 28. And he does little con jobs, you know, that's how he gets by. But this main character has a special feature. He actually suffers from a neurological condition called, let me see if I pronounce it right, hyperthermia. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. It's like a super version of photographic memory. I would call it a complete total recall. Basically, what he can do is he can recall all the events in his life. Like his brain is a DVD player who can go back and replay the events. And that makes him, as a con man, very, very skillful, very, very successful. And when we start the book, he's kind of running his little scams here and there. But he comes across a woman in the bank who kind of susses him out. And he gets involved with this crime syndicate, this man. And they kind of drag him into this big con job. I don't want to get into spoilers, but the story involves murder, crime, robbery, betrayal. And you know what? It's a thoroughly enjoyable book. It's even though it took me forever to read because I did the text as I said before, I found this very easy to read, very fun. A few things that really stood out to me about the book was the characters. The characters, well, first of all, not like this is a big deal. They're black characters. I don't think I've seen an African-American or black character that's actually in a film noirish setting like this before. It stands out to me because you hear about his past and it doesn't make a difference in the grand scheme of things. It's just a point of interest. But guys, this isn't a color thing. Honestly, this is just an interesting character, and I just found it interesting that it's an African American character, and most of the cast, even in the book, African American. But honestly, that has little bearing on the story as a major point per se. But anyway, it's fun. This is fun, but it's noirish. If you like those old school noir, you know, the last film I saw like this maybe was that movie called Coincidence about the con artist as well. That's a very old movie, but this was pretty good. I can actually see this being a movie. It's very fast paced. I like the action. I like the main character. The main character bitches quite a lot, but that's because he can recall so many things. And let's talk about some of the other characters. The female lead as well, which I can't get too much into because of spoilers. She's pretty kick-ass as well. I had some thoughts about what I thought was going to happen with her, but it didn't. Some of the antagonists, like Bean and this crooked cop, they're pretty hardcore as well. It's just an overall enjoyable book. The only criticism I have for the book, to be honest with you, is that I thought it was going to end in a much more twisted way, or I thought it was going to kind of surprise me, but it kind of ended up being just straightforward, which isn't a bad thing, but I was kind of like, huh, okay, I thought. But to be fair, the writer did say that this is part of a series and this character is going to continue, and I was like, yeah, the way it ended, I mean, this isn't the end of the story. It does conclude, the story concludes, but it isn't over. Let's just put it that way. So overall, I'll give the book a solid B. I had a lot of fun with it. Again, I really wish that, there was an audiobook version of this, because I would highly recommend anyone check this out. But the book is so short. Don't be like me, guys. I don't know, man. I'm getting so old, and I listen to so many audiobooks, and obviously I love to multitask, listen to books, work, listen to books, study, listen to books, clean the house. But to sit down and dedicate your time to a book, I did it with this book and it was worth it. I just wish I'm better at multitasking, and I'm just an audiobook head. And, I always tweet these reviews to the authors. If you're listening, my man, take no offense. That's just me. That's just me being a slow ass reader. But your book is really good. That's why I wanted to review it, to support it, because obviously, even as a black author, I think he needs to support. It's a good book. I can see it being a movie, and it's just a solid crime book. And I'm looking forward to the further adventures of Mr. Ali Reed. Cool name, cool guy. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. T-kun, thank you for the recommendation. Guys, I've got all your recommendations in a list, so don't give me any more right now, because I'm working through a lot this year. You can see the year of looping things, all this other stuff I'm doing. So, but thank you, T-kun. I know you probably thought I just forgot about this, but no, everything you've given me, I've put on the list. So, guys, I'll get to your recommendations as well. Thanks for watching. Hit the annotation on the right if you want to see more of the other stuff we do on Planet Tyro, movies, TV shows, anime books, what have you. And hit that subscribe button if you want more content. But again, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Peace out.